Okay, we coming in.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Finally,
greetings,
yes.
greetings. Let me turn my sounds down a little bit.
Mm.
Greeting, Empress and Eris.
Yes. Well, greetings. Let me share this. Let me share this. Okay. Yeah. Just to share it, you just press the share button and it shares the live, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Great.
You guys
Awesome.
look immaculate. Oh my God.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
Good.
yes, indeed. Oh my God. This gonna be off the chain. I can already tell. The
Awesome. How have you
energy
been?
is unreal. Empress and Eris, I'm telling you, the energy is unreal.
Awesome.
Oh wow.
Awesome.
You can you can see it. You guys are effervescent. Oh my God.
Lovely. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. We're looking forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to this.
Yes. And of course, we kept the topic open.
Yes.
And yes, normally the family that comes in, they're very active on the timeline. And
Okay.
we have a lot of fun because it's Wind Down Wednesday, grown folk conversation.
Okay. Okay.
This is where the grown folk come to converse, right? Okay. This is where everyone puts their feelings up. They can't come in here off the chain acting crazy because they will get dismissed quickly.
Okay. Just kind of there.
Yes. So I want you to be comfortable. I want you all to be comfortable enough to have whatever conversation that you want to have because they're used to that. It's not like you have puppy ears in here, right?
No,
It's like,
not at all.
yeah,
Not at all.
it's
Not at
like,
all.
let's get at it, right?
I'm
Okay.
ready. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah, some requests, suggestions. Open. We're definitely open.
Yes.
Open to website.
I see you, Big Ben, 217, big homie out of Springfield, Illinois. They're coming in, they're populating, Queen.
Stay though.
Yes,
To stay.
yes, they're populating. So, peace,
Yes.
peace, King. Hey, JJ, we're going to give them just a moment to
Most
populate.
Most
Hey,
definitely.
Khalid,
Pocahontas.
Abdul.
Hey, Pocahontas. Hi, Pocahontas. We got. Hey, baby. Oh, let's see. That's the
Yes,
same. My hibiscus. Oh, wonderful.
yes. Hey, TB, Tony Brady out of North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Please remember when you come in the room, let us know where you're hailing from, okay? So that we can make these connections so we can hook up, develop relationships and work with each other. Also remember, if you have a business, please put your business on the timeline, all right? Don't forget to put your business on the timeline.
You got the sound effects.
Hey, don't forget to put your business on the timeline.
Oh,
Right?
hello, beloved. Yeah, I have to get a little closer so I can see who's saying what. Awesome.
Wind Down Wednesday, family. Of course, you all know I'm your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Tonight, y'all give it up for them. They in the house. The Empress and the Heiress.
Able to see, yeah, and it looks like it stays. Does it stay? Or I guess maybe us people. Oh, people. Are you still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Yes, I can see you guys. Yes, we can see you guys excellently.
Yeah, we're just because we want to be able to see the comments, but it goes away. So just to see, make sure, but
I
you
want to
can
be able to see the comments
yeah,
clearly.
Yeah, so we're just trying to make sure we set up as well.
Okay, no, just hey, this is just a formality that we have, and we'll get it all worked out, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect.
So
Okay.
that's good. Yeah.
Yes.
We got our fingers.
Hey, Pocahontas, what's going on?
Yes. Pocahontas.
Hey,
Hello.
Lavelle. Okay.
Greetings, everyone.
Greetings. Yes, most definitely.
Greetings. Oh, I love it. Atlanta, North Carolina.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, yes.
Lovely. We're international. We're in
Yes,
Spain.
indeed. Let them
So,
know where y'all hailing from. Hey, Empress, let them know where you guys hailing from.
yes, Spain, Marbella, Spain. Europe.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's the connection right there, you know.
Most definitely.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes, international.
International, baby. We international.
Across the water, most definitely.
Okay, so we know this is Wind Down Wednesday, right?
Wednesday, yes.
Okay, so what wine y'all guys working with over there in Spain? I think you have your
got
own, don't you? You guys have your own brand, right?
Yeah,
Do you
but
still have your own
that's of
brand?
that's of the cava. That's of the cava.
Okay,
So not the wine yet, but
okay,
the cava, yes. So we're
yes.
doing
So this one here is Viña Piña. It is a Spanish wine, obviously, and it is the first in the world. The vineyard. It comes from the first in the world vineyard. How do you say
vineyard?
The number one vineyard in the world comes from this.
Okay.
It's a young wine.
It's a young wine.
It is a young wine.
It's really crisp, but it definitely, as a young wine should, it's going to be a bit impactful, but the flavor is really good. So with olives or any type of Mediterranean type of dish would be really good. Or if you want lamb, this sort of thing, it's really, really good. That the number one vineyard in the world. So we decided to pop that open for you.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Awesome.
Ooh, look, okay.
Hello.
Wait. I didn't pour mine yet. You gotta wait. Look. Okay. Look what I got.
Oh, wait.
Wait, because it's both the other way.
Can you see that?
Oh my God! What is this?
Yeah.
This is white. No.
That it is a Biltmore. It is a Zinfandel.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
White.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it's a Zinfandel, which you know is going to be a little red wine, right? And you guys are wearing red tonight.
Yes.
Ah, yeah.
Nice.
So let me pour me up a bale, and I'm gonna join you all.
Yes.
Let me hit that bale.
My glass.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Okay. Next. So, Empress and Eric, you guys are going to give the toast. Hey, Craig Leopard, the intuitive one is in the house.
Wow.
Y'all ready?
All right. Well, I would like to say to all of us that are here within this time and space, salute to all of us for showing up for ourselves when we continue to expand in our divine divinities and impact others to do the same. May it work in you, through you, to you, for you, and by you.
Yes.
Ching, ching, baby.
Salute.
Ching, ching.
Ah.
Ching, ching.
Hey.
Right. It's open.
Yes, it's breathe, it's breath, it's all full body. It's nice. Good. I'm ready.
All right. Let's get
So,
this started.
okay, so Empress.
Yes.
If you can, give us a little backstory because you fix meals too, correct?
Yes, I do fix meals. I cook a little bit. I do cook. I do love to cook. I believe that food, of course, is the way that we love on each other in a more material way, most definitely. I love to cook for people that enjoy food, but enjoy food to a capacity that they enter and understand. It's about how it's presented, what's in it, how it tastes, how it makes you feel afterwards. Not a slugger. So I don't really vibe with that too much. But definitely, I love to cook. And of course, Eris and I became retreat chefs.
Yeah.
So we can do different retreats and cook different type of foods, plant-based, or even people that, because we still have people that eat meat, whatever you are, Presbyterian, we kind of do it all, baby.
That's what's up. That's what's happening. And Eris, Sergeant at Arms Keon is in the house. So, Eris, you got a little background in a little jujitsu. You do a little, you do a
Oh my
little something, don't
God, you're gonna bring that one? I like
you?
to
You know I
keep
had to
that.
pull that one out on you.
I like to keep that, on the low, and then freaking Empress, she be bringing it out. I'm like, I don't want people to know I can fight. Like, I want to just, show up if things happen. But yes, it's something that I definitely got into during like around 15, 16 or something like this. I did a little bit of MMA training, K1, kickboxing, Muay Thai type of thing. So I do know how, I know how to choke somebody out with my arms, cut somebody with my elbow.
Yeah,
I don't like to
yeah,
dwell on that too
absolutely.
much, but I know how to do it though.
That listen, that is paramount, specifically in the time frame that we're living in.
Yes.
You have to know how to defend yourself.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
Yes. And Empress, before we get into this conversation, oh, you do that yoga thing. Come on, talk to us a little bit about that thing.
Right. But love, I've always been a fitness girl, so track and fields, baseball, bowling, whatever I could get. Just I come from a family that really was into activities, sports,
Mhm.
and I started to do the yoga because I wanted to expand even greater into my spiritual practice. Number one, to be able
Mhm.
to go a little bit deeper. Connecting with the self. As you know, I do shadow work, helping people with self-development spiritually, as well as scaring and different things of that sort. So, of course, you first need to be the student for the self. And finding with the yoga, I found that it was one of those things that really helped me really channel and focus to ground myself,
Yes.
as well as to be able to move beyond a certain time and space that I was in presently. So dealing with the emotions, being able to shift that energy in your body,
Mhm.
connecting with source. So connecting with the breath is the big thing. And I kind of
Yes.
just mix it up because I like to lift weights as well, do that calisthenics. So I kind of mixed it up so it's a yoga flow, stretch and go. So I have male clients as well as female clients, and it's just like, let's get it done.
Yeah.
We can be cute later, but let's get this
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Well
So it's a
rounded.
really beautiful
Yes.
practice.
Well rounded.
Yes,
And balanced.
yes, and
And
balance. Not
balanced.
just a commercial thing, but really some things that you can, practical things that you can use for yourself, especially when you're talking about dealing with stress, anxiety, opening up all those traumatic areas in the body. I found that yoga actually does that. It
Yeah.
really does do that because anybody can go in and hit the gym. Let's
Yeah.
just keep it real.
Yeah.
You're not really focused on your breath. You're just going push, push, push.
Yes.
Yet you take those same type of people and you bring them into one of my classes and they're just kind of like, okay, this is a little bit harder than I thought, because people always, they're looking at, oh, that's soft and feminine. Not what I do, baby. I'm gonna put you through it. I'm gonna work you
Yes.
out.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Now I wanna also, most people don't know that you all are organic and all natural. That if they look at you guys' hair right now,
Uh-huh.
they would think something else, wouldn't they? Yes. Kind of, you and Eris want to kind of touch on that a little bit, and then we're going to go into this conversation because I think it's going to lead me into a question that I want to ask you guys.
Okay. About our total?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. The
yes, our
hair.
crowns.
Yes.
Okay, my crowns. I love to. I love how we do the crowns actually, because oftentimes for me, I had to really work on my hair a lot,
Mhm.
and coming from the fashion and image business, our hair was not, you know, really appreciated.
Yes.
So we learned to like work through those things. And of course, she got a head full of hair, afros out. I end up growing my hair out so long, then end up losing it again. But the one thing I will say about that is a woman's choice with her hair, because we do hear that a lot. And when you research it and you go back to the origin of where we came back, how many and how often in Kemet and different places like this, our hair was used in so many capacities, and using different type of forms of wigs and extensions, what do we call it? Protective styling. All these different things like that were absolutely implemented. Finding roadmaps, you know, if you go back in the history for our slavery, our hair, our crown is so important. So for me, I had to start to, you know, mix it up a little bit using herbs and different things like that. And of course, she's my daughter, so we started to do that, of course, with her hair as well. But I love to play. I absolutely love to play. And I'm all for women playing, being able to express themselves, but also taking care of their own. Because with or without it, like I'm still going to be the same Yamaya. I'm still going to be using my hand gestures. I'm going to be speaking to you like this, whether I have on lipstick, lashes, long hair. Baby, it is about you representing who you are. Everything else is a accessory to who you are. All of us. Everything else externally is an accessory. But yeah, it's a ritual. You have to take care of yourself just like you would take care of a flower. So your crown, most definitely, the crown is mass important for all of us. For all of us.
Yes. Look at Eris. Come on, Eris. What you gonna say over there? Come on.
It's always something coming behind. Well, to keep a long story short, no, I do agree definitely with Yay on that one. And the thing is, it is lovely to play around with the hair, but the thing is as well, I don't want to be damaging my own hair. So of course, to sacrifice, I'm gonna pay a little extra to have some extensions or have a weave in that I can press out, because I'm not gonna be damaging my own hair. Okay.
That is a good one.
So that's the main thing. But yeah, I do like, you know, the little, you know, enhancements just to add the little volume. But, you know, I do got a head full of hair, you know.
I call them the black clouds.
You know, the black cloud, you know.
The Vida Sasu.
Yes,
You know, they
exactly.
have the white women do that.
Yes.
She got the black clouds.
Yes,
you know,
I
just
do.
like they big and beautiful.
I do.
But
I
yeah,
do. But
it took her a minute though to even want to play outside of, you know, her crown. It took her a minute because I don't want to do that. But then she realized she would have to cut her hair every time she wanted to do a different style.
Yes, exactly.
And it's like, no, I want to keep my hair on my head so I can play a little bit.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it's a very important thing, but I also believe we shouldn't be defined by the hair. That is so, it's so superficial. Everything, this is lovely. I enjoy all this, but it gets to a point where people are so caught up in that they miss the actual person.
Okay. So let me ask both of you all a question.
Yeah.
What if your man desires you to be? What if your man desires you to be all natural?
All natural.
All
All
natural.
natural.
So
And
like,
what?
So all natural and what? Yeah.
Physical,
In terms of your crown, if your man desires for you to be all natural, and that really just turns him on, anything outside of that may turn him off. How do you feel about that?
But first of all, I don't think he would be my man.
Yes, exactly. Because
he would not be my man.
Yes, because
I am multifaceted, honey.
Yeah.
I change it. How I'm feeling
yeah.
is what you get. So he wouldn't be my man.
Yeah.
Now I can appreciate him enjoying my natural state, of course, because I enjoy my natural state.
Yes.
So yes, I would definitely honor him in that, most definitely, because I'm honoring myself. But if it's one of those, oh, well, I need you to be natural. You don't wear nothing. You don't put it. Sorry, you need to choose somebody else because that's not me, honey. You go to somebody else with that.
Okay.
And I believe as well.
Okay. Now,
You really need to.
What?
Oh, what? Wait, what?
No, go ahead, Eric.
Okay.
Go ahead.
With the community, especially like the natural community, one thing is really they're quite stickler when it's like, oh, as soon as you straighten your hair or as soon as you do something like you're out of the community. Yeah. Over time, I've learned because before, like, yes, I would just have my hair. I did a mini chop,
She would not touch her hair.
Yeah, I would not touch my hair. However, I got to a point where regarding my hair, I dreaded when it was wash day because I know this is real serious because my hair is very, very coarse. And I was like, no, I can't be putting this energy towards hair that I want to grow and be with me for the rest of my life, being just mad at it because seriously, I will comb it out and then it will go right back up. Just all the hard work just would not pay off whatsoever.
Okay.
So with the community, with this natural community and everything like that, you really need to be like, stick to what each person has their own journey. And not be so like you gotta be freaking natural. You can't do nothing. No, as long as you're happy with if you want to put a little texturizer in, as long as you're happy with that, cool. Don't be pressing that on me, and I won't be pressing what I'm doing on you. Whatever is where you don't have the mentality of where you just dread doing your hair. You can't. That's your crown. That's a part of you. Yeah. So in a way, you're putting hatred or that sort of energy towards you. So just have it where you just go with the flow. Don't worry about because they don't have to have your hair. They're you gotta live with your hair. You know what I mean? So
now, of course, you all know. I'm all natural.
Yes, but you see
right?
And it's still that's in a natural state. It's in it's how you say protective state. It's freaking nice.
That's beautiful.
Tameable, all this other stuff. But yeah,
now
that's my opinion.
Now let me explain to you all why I asked that question.
Okay, why did you ask that question?
Now, because now there are some of us that enjoys nothing but the natural. And the reason why, one of the reasons why, is that it separates and defines our queens from every other ethnicity that walk across the face of the earth. Now, I'm in total agreement with how you change the styles of your hair. If you take the straightening comb and straighten your hair, if you're looking for that kind of variety, that I have no problem at all with it. I think that change is good. And I use change loosely because I really don't like that word. I like transformation better. But the most beautiful woman to me is that sister. And I ain't talking about she don't wear no makeup. She don't, cosmetically fix herself up or enhance herself with beauty. No, that's not it. And one of the things about it is, and I know both of you guys know this, that it's our God or and it's our antennas. I barbered for over 20 some years. I used to be a barber stylist. I style hair cutting style hair for over 20 some years, right? But what I found out through doing that is that we're the only people that our hair is alive. It lives. It's actually alive. And our other counterparts, everybody outside of us as a people, their hair, okay, for educational purposes only, Facebook, IG, TikTok, and all that will be getting this, for educational purposes only, they actually don't have hair. They have fur. And let me explain to you why. If you notice, we're the only group of people that cannot have an infestation of bugs in our hair.
Yeah.
They won't get in our hair. But on the flip side of that, every other ethnicity, they will contract bugs in their hair because it's not hair, it's fur. Notice dogs get what? Fleas, right?
Yes, yes.
Because
Yes,
they
yes.
don't have hair.
Yes, yes, yes.
And this is this is clearly from the perspective of that you guys are God. That we get here from the power that you all give us to get here. We can't get here without you all. You all are the standard of everything. There is nothing that exists without your glory.
That's right.
And your glory is the most powerful glory. But let me get back to that, because one of the things about hair, it's alive. Our hair is the only hair that has what we refer to as porosity and elasticity. And what that means is we can take our hair and stretch it and it'll snap back. But yes, every other ethnicity, if you did their hair like that, it'll never snap back. Right?
Right.
So what that is saying to us is that we have the standard of how things should be and how they should operate, because everyone else is really trying to be like our black queens. The whole world is trying to be like you guys. And that's amazing to me. That is really amazing to me, that the whole world, everybody is trying to be like you all. You all are the closest thing that we can ever get to the Creator. You all are.
Right.
So that means that you are most powerful. So that means that whenever you set the standard, everyone else has to measure up to your standard. You know, you feel me? You see what I'm saying? So that's just from a different perspective. Not that any is wrong or right, but that's just from a different perspective.
Right.
So, right? So now we figure out that our hair is alive, and then what we find out is that the digital systems, the fiber optics that they use to deliver sound, color, and action comes from our hair. That idea derived from our hair. It wouldn't be a such thing as fiber optics without our hair.
Okay. Got it.
The real clear-cut definition for hair is a fiber-like substance. For hair, a fiber-like substance. It's a fiber that carries light, sound, frequency, uh, action, a vivid visual. That's powerful. So if I take it and I alter that, then I alter my sense of perception, how I perceive things, how things really come to me, how I really open up, right? So that, that's just some things to think on when we're thinking about, you know what I'm saying, when we're doing what pleases us and bring pleasure to us. What is it altering? Does is there a
Almost
trade-off?
definitely. Most
Am I
definitely.
am I trading something?
But
Right?
that's the whole point of me saying it's a personal thing. It's one that you have to go through a form of maturity. Everything that you just said that proceeded off of your mouth is something I've had to live through. I was put into an industry, or I put myself into an industry where I was the standard. And I was teaching white women how to look, walk, talk, and act like me.
Yes.
However, that did not mean that it was going to make me change just because I decided to make my hair look like this. Or, I mean, I had Black women tell me, oh my God, why are you making your hair look like a white woman? Just because I had straightened it out and curled it and it was fluffy and da da da. These, to me, it became something that was only tangible to those who choose to make it their total essence. Like, I'm secure enough in myself that regardless of what I put on my hair, because one day, what if I don't have no hair? Exactly. So now how are you going to judge me, or how are you going to perceive me now? This is why I say that one aspect of it. I've met women that have natural hair, but they are complete, excuse my mouth, bitches. Their spirit is dirty, nasty, and so what? Their hair is natural, but that didn't make them vibrate high.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, wind down Wednesday, baby. I said,
what?
Let's toast on this. Wind down Wednesday, baby. Let's look on the timeline. You want to let's see some comments.
Yes, I need to
out here.
see.
Yeah, I was trying to see. I was about to see if there was any topic. Let's see. What can you catch? What can you catch?
I can't catch. Can you catch it? Because I can't catch any of them.
Yes, I can
think
see it. Hey, number one, KP.
I need the thing in front so I can see it.
Queen Octavia says, what is the difference between your gold accessories versus the woman's?
I think that was a reply to someone else putting their, I don't know, advertisement in the comments. I don't think that was about us. And if it was, just can you ask that question again a little bit more clearer?
Let me see.
One person was like beaded vibrations craft and stuff, and then their comment was the difference between your, I don't know.
I don't understand that.
Yeah. I don't, I'm sure she's, Octavia, can you be more clear on that so we get back to that?
Yeah, if it was for us or for the guy.
It may have been for me.
She was replying to.
So, yeah. Mahogany says, I have been natural for 28 years. My hair act a fool with the perm, but that Jerry curl it loved.
Yeah.
But I found a way to get the same effect without the Jerry curl perm either.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So she's speaking along the same lines that you're speaking upon, Empress and Eris as well. Yes.
Yes. Find what suits you.
Find what suits you. It's just what it is. Yeah. It really does have to suit you. And if you want that woman that is all natural, go after the woman.
Don't be trying to change the one that's happy with and content with what she's doing and be like, you gotta be natural. Fine. You, there's some women out there. You're fine.
Definitely find her.
There's some women.
I can't see it. I'm so sorry. I can't really see.
She was saying, I think the versatility we have with our hair is mind blowing.
It is.
Yes.
This is absolutely why I enjoy it. And I would always advocate, yes, take care of your hair, but do have fun. If you choose to. You take care of yours. Yes, you're absolutely right. Our DNA, the woman, is pushed out in a certain way. I've had to live on both sides of that, whether it was with dealing with highly melanated women or women that had less melanin. That when it comes to imagery and hair and all this other stuff, that was the industry I was in for 28 plus years, and to this day still dabble in it. It's just so, get past that already. I mean, I enter and understand that I've met some of the most beautiful women in the world, and their spirit was tore up, top to bottom. It didn't matter
Yes.
what she had on. It didn't matter what she was wearing, how her hair was. Look right now in this day and age, and especially going into this new year. Okay, look, some people would say we passed the new year. March is coming up. That's the new year, which actually spring. You know, hello.
Yeah, that's my birthday
But
month.
it's the figure 8. Okay, so right
Yeah.
now in 8, we need to be looking at things spiritually.
Yeah.
All of the tangible stuff, okay, this is wonderful, but come on, get past that, or you're going to be on a certain level of inner and understanding. You can desire what it is you truly. If a man wants that woman to be natural, so be it. If she wants to be natural, I have no problem with that. I'm looking at you for your spirit, not how you decide to wear your hair. Please.
King Zambar says, I've never heard the science of hair like this. He was talking about
the way you explain it, that's very true.
But I heard it was fiber. Yeah. And
it's a fiber.
Okay.
Like a
And Queen Octavia says, beauty doesn't equal beautiful.
Nope, it does not.
Yeah.
It does not equal.
Yes. Oh, so it's gonna get real friendly up in here. I told that timeline, it get for real. Look, hey, it's Wind Down Wednesday, y'all. Y'all hanging with the host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Listen, tonight's podcast is being sponsored by Monique, the Prince of Peace, and Octavia.
They go so quick.
Yeah, I know they do. Let me see.
What does it say?
So okay, we sold that one. I think.
Okay. You guys see anything else? Let me look.
Yeah, we're trying to look now.
Very, very chorus.
Let me look.
They all look the same, basically.
Look, King Bakari Jambar says, he said, listen, I'm bald headed, but I still get the transmission from the divine. I'm glad that not having hair didn't stop a brother from divine transmission.
That's what I mean. So, you have it, you don't. As long as you're in tune, you straight, you good.
Look,
You good.
look, Mahogany Airmay Brown says, even holy monks shave their heads as a sign of sacrifice to share their way vanity about their hair. I just told you they don't have hair, they have fur. So no matter if they cut it off. But that's another story. We ain't gonna even get into that. Okay. I'm going back up the timeline.
Oh my God.
Let me see.
But they were saying the same.
Okay. You guys see anything?
No. It's the thing.
Maybe
the thing.
What's another subject we could touch on?
Kizzy says, "Que paso, familia?"
¿Qué pasa? Bien,
gracias.
Yeah.
¿Y tú?
¿Y tú? ¿Cómo estás?
Yeah.
Bien, todos?
Yeah. Muy bien. ¿Y usted?
Yeah, gracias.
Yes.
Muy bien.
See? Okay, I'm going up a little bit farther. Polka says, I know that's right, goddess. Our crowns are a big responsibility.
Yes.
Facts. It is. It really is. Like
yes.
Oh yes. Okay. This oh my God. Octavia. There it is. Sorry. Octavia asked a very good question. Being overseas, do we find it difficult to find hair? It is difficult. It is difficult. Especially in Spain, like mainly in the main cities like Malaga, because we're in Andalusia, so it's the south of Spain. In Malaga, there's like one very how you say, it's the African. Yeah, that caters to melanated people.
Or you have to go to London.
You have to go to London. But overall, yes, it is difficult. It's not like you just can walk into the store and then you will find it. You need to proper search it. Yeah. So that's that question asked.
Cook it up yourself. Make your own remedies.
Yes, exactly.
No.
Especially that part.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is good.
Empress and Heiress. Listen, Mahogany says, I need to talk about this hair that be growing on my chin, though.
Oh my God.
I told you get real friendly up in here.
Yeah, exactly. But you know,
Okay.
you can have little
Tweeze
things.
out, girl. Come on, tweeze
Actually,
it
I
out.
was just looking at some earlier today too, so I need to kind of tweeze that. Someone come up closer, like, "Hey, baby," and it's just like.
So you got to do something with that, right? Okay.
Oh
God.
Okay. Okay. So, King Jambar, he asked a question. He says, Baba, what are your thoughts about locks being called locks instead of dreadlocks?
Yeah,
So
because that is true. It's Go ahead and answer that. You're wearing them, but yeah, I did some search on
yes,
that.
the history of that goes back to Akabulan, into also Jamaica, when we used to wear what we referred to as dreadlocks because our European counterparts hated to see us coming. They dreaded us, so they said those dreadlock ones are coming. Dread means to fear something or someone, right? So over the course of a period of time, we refrained from saying dread to only saying locks. One of the reasons why we refer to them as locks, because most of us, when we start our locks, we start them as two strand locks, right? Two strand locks is a symbolism for the DNA, right? Deoxyribonucleic acid, but actually it means divine nature activated, which is what it really means. So when you get to those strands and they're stranded like that, it's for the purpose of picking up everything in the environment. For example, I can go into the environment and I can pick up the smell in the environment. Where did it get? It got in my hair. I can pull my hair around and smell it and tell you what's in the environment, right? So it's locked in there. Yeah. So when we get to locking, yes, locking locks us back into the original people that we are and that we were. So it locks us back in. So we're locking up. We're not dreadlocking, but we're locking. And some people still call it dreadlock, and that's fine. That's okay. But I choose to call it locks because I'm reverting back to my DNA. I'm reverting back to the original element of me and who I am before they started us altering the perception of who we are, right? So because we're so powerful, in which Empress was speaking about in yourself as well, Eris, because we're so powerful, we have so many different dynamics, right? And we have to understand the time frame and season in which to project that. We just can't at any given time say, you know what, I feel like this and I'm gonna do this without understanding the premises of the power that you carry and who you really are and the effect that you're going to have, right? Okay, we can say that we're gonna do one thing, right? And then chances are we probably can calculate for those consequences. So we can say, well, I can calculate for that. But what we fail to realize and bring into the conversation is unintended consequences. Those things that I didn't intend to happen.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is when we start. This is when we start taking it a little bit farther. You know what I'm saying? This is when we take it beyond. Okay, this just me. You know, I have my daughter with me, or I have my son with me. Then we tend to take it a little bit farther, and what we're going to surmise, we take it a little farther. So when you start looking at the hair and you start looking at locks, am I trying to get everybody to lock up? No, because here's the funny thing about it. Here's the funny thing about it, Empress and Heiress. The way I locked my hair up was my oldest daughter, by my ex-wife. She was so vehement about it. I want to lock my hair. I want to lock my hair. So we end up locking her up, and then from that point, the rest of my family started locking up, right? So I actually have 10 children by my ex-wife. Everybody was locked up, but me.
Wow.
And so they said, well, why haven't you locked up? Here's what I said. I said, because I'm the one that gets all of us in the door that looks like you. Because I was wearing a fade. You know what I mean? I'm wearing my little military fade. But what I found out later on, remember I told you about for over 20 some years. So what I found out later on was that our hair, if you take your hair right now, I promise you, you'll see it too. If you take your hair right now in your temple area, in both sides of your temple, and pull your hair down, your hair grows the longest.
See,
In your temple.
it's Bernardo. It's Bernardo. You're gonna have her. You're gonna have her have locks in there spread wrong.
Right? It grows longest.
Exactly.
Hence, yeah. Hence, listen to the word tempo. What does the tempo mean? Ah, yes. So if you notice, our Ashkenaz, I'll say it like that, are Ashkenaz, which is a form of, y'all know what I'm saying.
Yes.
So,
yes.
remember what do? They got the little curly curls grow right there where? In the temple area, because they know what we don't know. They know that that's, which is why we can use the fictitious narrative. If we take the fictitious narrative of Shimshon, whom we call Samson, which means the son of the sun. That's what it's actually, that's what his name actually means, the son of the sun. So what does the sun do? When the sun hits us, it's create that what? That vitamin D. When it hits us, what it does is it make our hair do what? Makes it grow. Right. All of this is interconnected. Once we start to recall, all this coming out of locks, isn't it? But once we really begin to connect back to who we are, we're going to become interstellar. When you become interstellar, that means that you have achieved the ability to hemisync. Hemisync, that means that we put both of our minds back together, our brains, they come back together again. Yes.
That balance.
Exactly. They come back together again, which makes us become God again, or makes us become very creative again. We have the ability to be very creative, which is, again, to you all's point, that we have so many dynamics that we can be as creative as we choose to be. Right?
Yeah,
so, yeah. So hopefully that did some justice.
Yes.
No, most definitely.
You did some justice.
No, definitely.
Kiana says, hair definitely is a part of the central nervous system. Yes, it is, which is lymphatic system.
Yeah.
It comes out of your dermis into your epidermis, and it grows out, and it's connected to your lymphatic system.
My stress has it all fallen out. It will
Yes.
itself to a certain degree. And then after you get past a certain element, I know this because it happened to me. After you get past all of the stress and everything, then the hair will fall out. It will release itself completely. So most definitely, I enter and understand that. And that by going through those things, like you would have this testimony about you, why you wear locks, why I'm a certain way. This is why, very much how she said so eloquently, it's your personal preference. But we must enter and understand first ourselves. So if we enter and understand first ourselves, it doesn't matter what we add on to us. If we enter and understand ourselves, then we can walk that journey of what we need to do. And anybody who's aligned with that will follow along with it. If not, keep it pushing. We're in a day and age now that people have to like raise their vibration of their mentality, their inner and understanding of everything that surrounds their life. Not so much the person next to you.
Okay.
This is my daughter, she's the heir, but I have to be who I am in my life and stand in my purpose and in my own thing and allow that to administer to her. But she still has to pick it up and take it.
Right. So basically, so basically you're saying that you're not going to take and superimpose your ideology on Eris. You're going to give Eris that ability to think. So now here's Kizzy says it's a couple of them. Let me get these out for you guys. Okay. All right. I told y'all this timeline be live.
I wish I could see them, the comments so much.
Better.
No, I don't know what's going on that you guys can't see it.
It's too small.
No, it's small and then it disappears.
It disappears too quickly.
It disappears. So
Okay. Yeah, it's moving. Yeah, it is. I'm getting someone to take a picture of them and send them to me. That's how I'm getting them to. Okay. So yes. Okay. I told you guys. See, I told y'all, but we started. We was gonna do this.
The moderator.
Okay. Look. So Kizzy says our hair is our garden. Just like a plant, it needs sunlight, air, and hydrogen.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay. And number one KP, Kimberly Purdue says, talk about it, Queen. Enter and understand self is key. You guys want to go in on that?
No, inner and understanding the self is key, period. Because it's going to help you move throughout your life and on your journey. Now, we're mentioning hair, but so goes everything else around us. So goes how we create and how we speak to each other. So goes how I treat my own body is the way I would treat your body. So goes how I feed myself is how I would feed you. So, and then it comes to a point where the person that you're feeding or administering or showing yourself to, they have to decide to pick that up because you can't force them. So that's where I would go into a balance. I could care less what the woman has on top of her head, how she wears her hair. I'm concerned about that woman's spirit. How you represent your spirit, honey. How is your character? How do you line up there? Okay, you can adjust all the rest of it like anybody and everybody says. When you acquire money, all of a sudden we can fix our teeth, we can do this. Those are the tangible things outside of the self. How are you working in the self? That brings the multitude because who knows? One person may not have a leg or arm, but does that stop them from being a person, or a spirit that can actually move or impact somebody? No. So inner and understanding is key. Most definitely.
Is key. Great point, Eris, and of course, Empress.
I love it. You're doing your thing. Because sometimes it's all good.
Okay. Now Mahogany says, this reminds me of wait a minute. This thing moving to This remind me of a time when I first had started growing my twist, and they got about shoulder length. There was one lock in the middle of my crown that was twice as long as the rest of my hair, and it bothered me that it was not even with the rest of my hair. So one day I cut that lock, and my hair started to spark all over like I had cut an electrical cord while power was running through it. It scared me.
Wow. Wow.
Did you hear that? That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah.
It's awesome.
So I totally agree with you. Now, with me wearing these locks, I've had to deal with uh, being discriminated against, uh, um, being um, read in the wrong way. Uh, as the saying goes, you never, judge a book by its cover. So when people began to communicate with me and talk to me, they was like, "Oh, wait a minute, you're not uh, typifying someone with locks that we're accustomed to encountering, right?" So there are times that people pre-diagnose things, right?
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely.
They make it to be something that it isn't, which is one of the reasons why we elected to move away from the word dread to just only locks. Because if you use the word dread, it tends to have a negative connotation, right? And so most people, they're going to move away from that. They're not going to be as inviting, okay? They're not going to invite you into their circle. They're going to be like, no, you don't fit, the status quo, so we're not going to let you in here.
Yeah.
And so there are times based off of that we seek an alternative to fit in where we're trying to get in. And sometimes maybe you're not supposed to be in there. And that's when you have to make a conscious decision of yes, whether you're going to assimilate, compromise, or whatever you're going to do, right? And we're not saying any of that is bad, but because in any given situation, you must know your ABCs, right? Your ABCs, not those 26 letters in the alphabet, but your ABCs are knowing how to accommodate, bargain, and compromise, right? When you know how to accommodate, bargain, and compromise, there's the tendency to know how to position yourself, which is what you were speaking to earlier, Empress, that you have to know how to position yourself because you have to know what journey you're on. Based upon the journey that you're on, there may be concessions that you have to make in the short term, but they're not long term.
Exactly.
Right? They're not long term. They're only short term because there is a means to my end, right? I'm doing this to get to there. And once I get to there, I'm gonna come out this bag on you. Boom. I'm gonna come out this bag on you. And you're gonna be ready for it because why? I'll be sitting in the seat of power.
Most definitely.
Sometimes we have to know that, okay, well, I don't have the power to maneuver that the way that I want it. But, okay, so I'll make this concession right now. And then, boom, when I get there, I'm going to make it do what it's designed to do, right?
A strategy.
Say it again? Yes.
Strategy. It is. It's not really being so caught up in the emotion, like, oh, you're not going to accept me. Okay. No. Find your positioning. Don't have that change your inner being because you know who you are. It's not good when you don't know who you are and you enter a situation because you can be changed.
Yeah.
But once you know, you can play that. Ooh, that's chess right there.
That's chess.
That is chess right
Of course,
there.
that's what I do. I play chess.
Yes.
I don't play checkers. I play
Yes.
chess, and I play chess for real. Let me see. It's some more. Let me see.
Yeah.
Uh, let me see. Uh, Queen Octavia says, outer reflects the inner. Oh, Prince of Peace says the outer reflects the inner. What do you think about that?
Oh no, I think for some people. Okay, wait a minute. No, he said the outer reflects the inner. Right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, she's saying that the outer reflects the inner.
I do believe that oftentimes it is true. It really
Okay.
it can be very true. And my motto has always been when I was definitely teaching a lot of younger ladies, as far as in the industry, it would go from the point of, okay, well, why would a client or why would an agency really want to have you as the model if you don't believe you're in yourself? What you're projecting on the outside is a reflection of your inside. However, when you get yourself in balance, that's why even with yoga and different things of this sort and spiritual teachings of altar work and things, for myself, I always tell people I would like to dress you up from the inside out. So I would design couture dresses, and these women would come in and they want the dresses and da da da, and they would put the dresses on, and they thought, oh, these are just beautiful, but they didn't realize that in the midst of me designing them, in the midst of me making them and picking out the colors, I was putting intentions into all of my dresses. So the color meant this. I'm speaking this over it. As I'm mowing, you're sowing a seed, okay? So I'm going to dress you up. I don't want you to just buy that $2,500 dress that I made. I need to know that when you walk in the room, it's you walking in the room and the dress is accompanying you, not the dress that the dress is wearing you.
Yes.
So it's again, it still goes back to balance and knowing the inner self. So she's absolutely right. In many occasions, that is. In this, from what I've seen in the past couple of years, people are hurting. And I say that, and I want to speak about the divine feminine. She is hurting. She's hurting to a point she doesn't feel heard, so she's overly expressing herself. So everything is so flamboyant or so out there reaching because it's crying for attention. Okay, it's the crying for attention. So the woman is wearing extra and her lashes are extra long, and that's because she's crying for that attention. She hasn't found that attention within herself. Those that have gone through that life path or taken time to own their own bullshit, their own trauma, to actually deal with it, will learn the moderation in everything you do. That's just it.
Yes. After that, I mean, you put that right where it needed to be. Wind down Wednesday, baby. Y'all hanging with your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Again, tonight's podcast, Wind Down Wednesday, Grown Folk Conversation, is brought to you by none other than Monique, the Prince of Peace, and Queen Octavia. Those of you that are out there and you're still in the room, tonight is a night that you get to donate. You get to be a part of this and touch this currency. So listen, donate. Information is put out there, donate, and we'll shout you out. Come on, family. Y'all know how we do this. We just simply say it and you guys do it. But Empress and Eris, here's some more. Are you guys okay?
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. I'll tell you this, how do you all feel about strangers touching your hair? My hair is almost completely white, So I know I look different and I'm often touched, not always asked.
No, it's rude, and we're not a petting zoo, so let's just leave it at that, right? We're not a petting zoo.
What's it? Say that, Eris. Hold on, Eris. Come on, speak loud, speak into the mic so we can hear
Oh,
you.
yeah. We're not a petting zoo, so we're just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
We're not just oh, let me just touch it. No, that's not.
Oh yeah,
it's not happening. No,
it's not. Yeah, it's disrespectful.
yeah, it's disrespectful, especially.
Yes.
You can understand that most people are one that are curious. Okay, they are curious.
Yeah.
Some have not. Literally, the other day, I beautiful baby, loved it. Mom's there, da da da, and I'm just looking at the baby spirit, the energy of the baby, da da da. Baby wants to come. I love babies, holding. And she later says to me, "Oh my God, yeah, I think you're the first Black person that my baby has seen." And but the depth of that is because of what that person has dealt with. So if somebody's coming to touch your hair, it's their particular issue. So most definitely, it's like, come on now, respect her space.
Yeah.
Respect her space. That's personal space.
Exactly. Yes, and and you're in my energy field.
Yeah.
Hold on, player. Hold on, player. You're in my energy field.
In a way, it's
The depth of
subconscious,
that, you
maybe,
don't
trying
allow,
to get energy.
exactly. You
Even
don't
without
allow
them knowing, they're probably just
Most
so.
definitely.
Yeah.
No, we should be mindful anyway of who's touching our hair. It doesn't matter, even if they are the same color of our skin.
Yeah.
That's a transfer of energy. That's somebody touching you. That's a no-go. That's a no-go, period.
Okay, Eris and Empress, let's have a toast before I ask you guys this next question. It's a doozy. Somebody put it out there. Listen, cheers. May you all live forever, and shall I never die.
Exactly.
Mm. Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, let me find it because it's jumping over here too. Okay. T Swin, Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. Says, what's your take on the negative imagery being put out of Black women through jumped on me again. Hold on. Okay. Let me get back to it. Let me try to hold it. Okay. What's your take on the negative imagery being put out Black women through media and music and how it's affecting our young ladies? Should I read it again?
No. It's all good.
Okay.
It's all good. Let me. I would like to answer this first.
Okay.
Listen, I've been raised around when, during this time and stuff like this. Having the role models, talking about the parents showing and actually being the example.
Yes.
Media doesn't raise the children. So in a way, I wasn't affected by the media because I was raised a certain way. So when girls were like, oh, let me show my boobs, let me do this and stuff like that, I was raised a certain way. I wasn't focused on, oh, let me see what they're doing and let me try to fit in. No. So in a way, that shouldn't affect somebody that doesn't look at the media to raise their freaking children. And I know, I know it is a negative connotation, and most people, in Europe, when they look on the media, they will only see Black women doing this. But educate yourself. Know that the media only shows a certain thing. Educate yourself. Actually go dive deep in. It's just like, don't leave it only going to the mainstream to get your education. Go somewhere else. Travel. Don't close your mind off to that. So that was my opinion about that. It's just open your eyes. Open your eyes. Open your
I would
eyes.
definitely, I would concur, and I definitely agree with that too. It's multiple layers to that, because she's absolutely right. There is a generation that has not been raised or reared, or however you want to deem appropriate to call it, that has had some form of guideline to help with that. Those of us that lived through the changing of the music as well as the fashion and could see it coming is one of the reasons I left the US. Let's just keep it real. Okay. I
Okay.
could see it coming before it happened. Okay. And the depth of it's a play. I enter and overstand, as you said so eloquently, you know, the melanated woman, the black woman, African American, whatever you want to call her, she is just the original woman. She has and holds a lot of power. Sometimes we don't respect ourselves. Sometimes the men don't respect us. Sometimes there's an overall embodiment of a dislike, dis-ease at the feminine, the divine feminine. So why not use her like a harlot? I enter and understand too that
Yeah.
that also
Yeah.
plays a role in the application of people milking it, just like Mother Earth. People milk it, take out what they want, extract and don't nurture it, and doesn't get anything back. So if there is an agenda, I would say that hands down, there has been an agenda. It's only increased over time. And when we say raising our children or rearing or having someone there that can actually just be a representation, no, a lot don't have that. A lot don't have that. So it's a constant, you know, it's disgusting. Actually, it's really kind of just, ugh, that's all we can do. No, that's not all we can do. But the people across the water don't know that. They don't know that. So even here, the journey here for definitely for me, because I was building a business and being out, they were not used to seeing this melanated woman, and I'm 6'2" and tall, and she doing this and that, and she's, what? Excuse me, who are you? What? We not used to seeing. We used to seeing them, you know, selling things on the side of the street, and what? Because their mentality was also geared by what they saw on television. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it is affected. It is. I used to call it the weapons of warfare. Before I left, I could see the warfare happening before.
Mm-hmm.
This is before corporate America started cutting jobs. Before all of this stuff. It is warfare. This is what I think about it. It's warfare, so you have to be spiritually aligned. You really have to take time to deal with whatever's going on within the household and the family tree. You know what I mean? So sometimes
Yeah.
those family got to get, no, it's got to go. Because there is a perpetuation of using the black woman, milking her like a cow. And
Yes.
some of our
I,
own people do that.
yeah,
So
I agree. I agree, Empress. And it's very important to note that. Octavia's agreeing along the lines with you. She says they can push it if we don't do it, though.
yes.
If they push it, that doesn't mean, in other words, that we have to do it.
Most
And
definitely. Sure was.
and as to your point as well, Eris, it's very important for us to understand these things. Let me give you guys what Kizzy said. Kizzy says that part because, yeah, I grew up in an era where our music was wow, to example, pop that pussy.
Yes.
But I
Yep.
knew better that go pop it or my ass would get popped
Yes.
by my grandmother
Yes.
and uncle. This wind down when you see grown folk conversation. So,
Yes.
uh, so
Yes.
yeah, role models are important. It's which is speaking to both of you guys'
Yes.
points, right? Our
Right.
interest in Paris, right?
Right. Most definitely. There
I
was a
mean,
standard. There was a standard to look up to. There was a standard to be there. Even if the parents weren't out doing something what people would call, oh, so popular, there was a standard. We had a level of respect and inner and understanding for the general of who we are and what we should be representing. You know, our word was our bond.
yes,
You know, all those things have changed over time, most definitely, and lapsed over. You know, when people
Yeah,
get loose.
and I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, 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 no. Please, please. The
No,
floor is you guys.
when people get loose in how they conduct themselves, it also becomes a perpetuation of how they conduct and raise or rear their family.
Yeah,
People kind of get out of line. Now, I will say again, it's still weapons of warfare.
yeah,
If you have an innate group of people that feel like they need to pimp or take from another group of people, let's just keep it real, okay? So this population of people, melanated, African American, whatever you want to call yourself, you're just melanated. You got color, you
yes,
got creativity, you sparking things that from a whole nother level. Your hair does this. You're completely opposite of what I see myself as. I need to make sure I contain that. I need to make sure that I pimp that and squeeze whatever I can get out of you, because that is the lineage of what they came from, and our grandfathers and mothers, whoever, and it keeps perpetuating. Now, what happens is throw them a little crumbs and they're going to jump for joy and do the tap dance, da da da. That's a cultural thing that just kept perpetuating. So now how do we rear that, or how do we stop that? First, it starts with self, because you always have to line back up with yourself. The sad part about it is now certain things have passed on.
mhm,
If you've chosen to be in that lane and saying that's your life purpose, your life path, and that's where you want to go, so you're going to be there in the trenches with the people doing this and that, so be it and done, you know? But
yeah,
now at a certain time, you got to come in with weapons of warfare. You can't come in with a gun and people are using warfare tactics. It just doesn't line up. It's not
yeah,
going to be sufficient enough. Let's put it that way. Most definitely.
yes. Um, family.
Yeah.
Uh, listen, it's late there, so I want to ask the Empress and Eris a question. And if some of you are questions we didn't get to, we'll try to get to before they get out of here. But it is late over there. What time is it, Empress and Eris?
It's 3:20 a.m.
It's 3:20 a.m. So I'm gonna, yes, and we're sipping on wine.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Shake, 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 shake.
Tell me. Yes, 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 yes.
so I'm going to ask this question
Mm-hmm.
and get them to answer it. And we're only going to probably take a couple of questions and we're going to get them out of here so they can get some rest, okay?
Yes, 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 yes.
Uh, and so therefore, please donate. Donate. Y'all know that it takes content. You have to have currency to be able to produce greater content to keep on bringing great content.
Uh-huh.
Now, you all see that these are some very special people. These my girls. They made me international. But Empress and Eris and I, we've been knowing each other for what? Make over 2 years, maybe?
I
Couple
think about
years?
3.
Yeah, about
Yes,
3. Yeah,
about
yeah,
3 years. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's about
yeah.
3.
And we do take counsel with each other. We
Yeah,
do talk with each other. We share information with each other.
most
We
definitely.
don't play.
No,
Y'all see, she ain't playing. She
no.
gonna put it out here. She gonna put it out here. And then y'all, hey, don't go to sleep on Eris now.
Oh,
Hey,
don't.
don't go to sleep on her, y'all.
Don't.
Hey, hey,
Yes, she likes to play that. That's my lioness. That's that Leo side. She'll act like,
yes,
no, and then
yes,
just cut you.
indeed.
Yep,
Yes,
yep.
indeed. So
Tell me.
let me ask you guys a question. And this has come up. So, and I think the two perfect persons to ask this question are the Empress and the Heiress.
Okay. You're
Okay.
up.
Backstory to this, you guys. Before I ever met Empress Yamaya
Mm-hmm.
and Heiress Jauqline,
Mm-hmm.
before I ever met them, I dreamt. I had a dream about meeting them.
Yeah.
And we met.
Mm.
And I shared this with her before. She was like, what? I said, yeah, this is how the universe line things up. This is when you know where you're at and you know you're supposed to be there. And you know you're supposed to be communicating with them. That doesn't mean that we all agree on everything. No, it's that we're here to help each other grow. We're here
Yes,
to
it's respectful.
challenge each other
Yep.
to grow, to be more yourself, to do what you've been called to do, right? And that's what's important, that we can aid and assist each other in what it is that we're supposed to be doing and not try to tear each other down, beat each other up, say, no, you can't do that. You shouldn't do it like that. No, that's how you probably shouldn't do it. But this is how I'm supposed to do it, right? So with that, let me get to this question. The question that I want to ask the Empress and the Heiress is, yeah, um, virtuous women, when that term is thrown out there, virtuous woman or women, what comes to mind?
Ooh. Well, do you want to say something about that, or because I got a whole.
You lead it in.
Okay.
I just
A virtuous woman. Okay, so the first time I ever heard about the virtuous woman, probably like most of us, we were looking, in Proverbs. We were talking about Proverbs 31 woman. I was looking at that, reading that, and thought, this is a virtuous woman. She's totally equipped. She's, from the top of her head to soles of her feet. She's complete. She goes out into fields. She knows how to bring things back. She knows how to nurture the household, this sort of thing. The depth of that is what I found was being able to read that and even articulate it back, you actually have to walk that course. To me, a victorious woman is not about how she wears her hair, what she puts on her body. It's about how she conducts herself. I have this acronym for diva because people use diva as she's just all over the place. She's throwing stuff. She got to have her way. And to me, it's a divine individual, victorious always. So no matter which way she moves, she's going to be victorious because she shows up for herself. She stands there on her square, being seated on her throne and ruling from right here. It is a state and a process that all of us have to go through. It is your life's experience and the things that you go through and how you deal with them that make you victorious.
Yes.
The other thing that people use a lot, and I always combine victorious with this particular word, and people say perfect. I'm not perfect, da da da. And I bit into that for a minute. And then I realized, just with my life's experience, I'm walking out my perfection, which means I am continuously sharpening myself. I am continuously moving through whatever comes my way, taking that which services my highest good and applying a discipline so I can continuously bring forth that victorious state. Do I get wiped down here? I just told you that it was like I built my empire and then here comes something, people right next to me pulling the rug out from me, crashing down. All of that was in my steps of walking out my perfection, walking out my purpose. But what made me victorious is I continuously showed up for the self. When you can do that for yourself, you damn sure can do that for someone else that you find that you love or you need to take care of.
Yes. Amazing. Amazing. Eris?
Yeah, well, she took the cake on that one.
Okay. Now, look, hey, Eric's ready to go to rest. And she gets ready to get on the bed.
No, but I can't come back. I can't go after that. No. If you have something else, I just
Look,
be truthful.
no, you
No.
are, yes, you're categorically correct. Empress, let me say this. This is very important for us to realize as men. Let me speak from a male perspective, right? Okay. So over the years, what I've learned, and I learned it from my parents, watching my parents growing up, and my grandparents, because what I noticed was that my grandfather didn't run things. My grandmother did. I was like, wow. But when you listen to the noise that's in the theater of articulation, is saying that the man is supposed to be running everything, right? Yeah, that ain't let me get at it. Let me get at it. So I watched that with my grandparents, and then I came back and then watched the same thing with my parents, because my father would work, and then my father would give the money to my mom.
This is normal, yeah.
Not that he was a little punk sissy or anything like that. But what he understood was the process of things and how things really work and operate, right? So when you get to the virtuous woman, when it talks about the virtuous woman, it says that she does such an extraordinary job that she is praised.
In the field.
Yes. Watch this. Not only does she do it in the field, but she do it business-wise. She do it in the home. She does everything. She takes care of that man. Not only that, but look, they respect her in the community.
Yeah, most definitely.
And she is given praise.
Yeah.
I want to hop on that word just for a moment. I just want to hop on that word just for a moment, because what most people tell you is that the only somebody that's supposed to receive praise is God. And I'm talking about the invisible person out in the sky. But you don't want to give praise to the one that you came out of her womb. She had to carry you for 9 months. Then she had to nurse you until she felt like it was time for you to be weaned. Right? And not only that, but then she is the one that teaches you. Not only is she the one that teaches you, but also she is the same one that heals you. When you get hurt, you don't go to daddy and say, Daddy, I'm hurt. You don't go there. You run straight to mama. And what mama do? Mama put that healing salve on you. And that healing salve, it's not medication. It's a voice. She can speak to you and heal you.
Most definitely.
Right? We got to get it straight at some point. And this is the problem, because we won't praise our women. We won't praise them. You have to understand what praise really means to understand the woman that you have.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Check it out. One of the terms for the word praise in the Greek word is called proskuneo. Proskuneo actually means to worship like a dog licketh its master's hand. That's the term for praise. If you notice, back in the olden times, we used to kiss the women's hand.
Most definitely.
Praise. We give him praise, right?
Oh, it's an honor. It's absolutely an honor. Yeah. To this day,
Listen.
when I hear that, it's a total different thing.
Yeah.
I have a different thing for the guy. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Look, backstory, funny thing is for real. I met a queen. I was out. I met a queen. I told her, I said, I was looking at her and I said, man, let me walk over and say something to her, right? I went over and I said, can I lick your face? I was like,
I wasn't ready for that one.
I know you weren't ready for it.
I wasn't ready.
Look, Empress and Heiress. I said, can I lick your face?
Good.
She looked at me. She looked at me like, what are you talking about? She looked at me and she said, sit down. So when I sit down and start talking to her, she better understood, understood exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was a form of praise. I wasn't being vulgar.
Yes.
I was saying, yes, I was saying, look, you look so good to me. You so damn fine. I look, I'm gonna lick your face. You know what I'm saying? So, but me understanding that particular term, me understanding what praise is, I was able to utilize it, and later on, you will open up and realize what I was really saying to you, and it becomes more valuable to you.
Yes,
but
most definitely.
what we don't do is we don't praise the goddess, the empress, the heiress. Those are women. We don't praise them because we've been taught not to, that you'll go to hell if you do that. The only somebody's supposed to receive praise is God.
Right.
But the crazy part about it is now that woman is sitting there doing everything you need to have done. And doing it in the way that it needs to be done.
Right.
And you have the audacity not to properly position yourself and become what she needs you to become.
Yes, most definitely. Right.
Right.
Which causes
so
the
what we
disorder and dysfunction of the home, which is very much what you were speaking about earlier, or the young woman made mention to the how the Black woman is being used at this point. So because it wasn't affirmed or continuously affirmed, the position got shifted, and you have a spiritual warfare that's being attacked on even the man. So now she's got to do more than what she needs to be doing, and she's not in her divine feminine, so she's not there to raise the family, even raise herself. She's out there just trying to get to the bag. So
exactly. Yes. So Eris, with that, until men are really taught to be men, and what I mean by that is to be mature men. You have a great many of men out here now with money. They got money, they're successful, they have businesses, they're doing great, but they're immature.
Oh, most definitely. Yes. Yeah, you can have,
No, they're immature because of course, unlike you, we have clients, we counsel with people, so we know what your defect is.
Yes.
You simple, right? You simple, and you really can't see the forest for the trees. So you really don't know how to position yourself. See, here's what a real mature man does. And speaking from a male position, because I'm an elder. Speaking from that position, see, a real male knows how to position himself to become whatever the queen needs him to be. He ain't telling her what she needs to be. He's becoming what she needs to be, because 9.9% of the time she's going to be more mature. Right? Because the queen reaches pubescence before the male does.
Pretty much.
Which means that she's already more mature than you. Not only that, but the teaching process that she goes through is totally different than yours. You send outside the place, she's being taught how to be a woman.
yeah.
So,
Most definitely.
yes, so in today's time, when you look at it, the young parents that are trying to rear children, they lack that particular knowledge and upbringing. So you're dealing with brothers that are immature, although they seem to be mature, seem like they got it going on. But when you hook up with them, you find out that, hold on, player. Wait a minute, bruh. You can't do that to me. What'd you just say to me? What did you just do? No, we can't do that. We can't do that, man. No, we ain't doing that.
Yeah. Most definitely.
So it has to go back to us teaching the men how to be men, so that they could be. What I've learned over this course of learning and training and growth is that a woman is at her best when a man is at his best. Right? If there's any falter on either one of those, the situation becomes imbalanced. Right?
Most definitely. Yeah.
It's,
So
it's going to become imbalanced. But when the maturation is there, you understand how to take and understand how to take your position.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
You got the man trying to be the woman and the woman trying to be the man. And I'm not talking about in a relationship where there's male and female. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, exactly.
So we got to talk on educational wise.
Yes.
So, but I know I'm going to turn it over to you and Eris. I know you guys are going to get out of here. Do you want to answer a couple of questions before you guys get out?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Most definitely. We'll do that. But yeah, key point. Yeah. The breakdown of the family is definitely, that's what I heard you say. It's a breakdown.
Yes.
You can't.
Yes, of course. That's what's happening to us.
If it's already broken, you can't. And then you get women that are they're out of balance and they start using the sons and holding on to the sons, rearing them like that's the man.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's out of that.
Yes. We have Pastor Uchi in the room. Pastor Uchi says, yes, virtue of women is not defined by their beauty, but by her actions. A woman of noble character, and I believe both of you falls into those categories. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Octavia says, high standard, self-love, self-respect, and respect for others, wise nature, and balance.
Most definitely. And the depth, we can use all of that, and a lot of times we say a lot of nice things, and we say them on the surface, but most people don't realize, okay, I'm saying this on the surface, but it's what you went through beneath that actually projects that particular thing that is beautiful. Self-love, how do you get that? Most people think it just, it immediately happens. No, you have to go through some tearing. You have to go through some, some girding, some purging, so you define that particular self-worth and then have all those things added onto you.
Dorothy Wilson says, I've met a person whose mom was like what the Queen just said, and I got rid of him. She sure right. She met somebody that you're talking about, and she got rid of him. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, 217 Gwen Heard. Yes, this is the Empress and the Heiress from out of Spain, baby. We international tonight, hanging out on tonight's Wind Down Wednesday podcast, baby, with your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander, baby. Listen, tonight's podcast is sponsored by none other than Monique, the Prince of Peace, and Octavia, tonight's podcast. Listen, we're going to look on here and get two more questions for the Empress and the Heiress, and we're going to let them get out of here so they can get some rest, family. Uh, uh, Tony, T Swin says, she was answering T Swin. Okay. Let me look. Let me look back in mine. That may be it. Let me look back in here and see if. Arame says, thank you all for the conversation tonight.
Thank you for tuning in, most definitely.
Yes, and she says, afterwards, she began to ask me to explain, so I started chopping the lyrics down for her and how they were talking about those women and how she was treating herself. And she was on her way to go to a guy she was just crying about treating her that way, make it make sense. And she's talking about
That's
what you were talking about. Yes,
that's what we were talking about, the music. And if you stroll up, there was a whole conversation. So she was replying. That was like a reply or whatever.
yes.
Like a whole conversation about the music and stuff. So yeah, that was from that.
I told you all that timeline was going to get.
That was beautiful.
So you guys get the last word.
Oh my gosh. What would you like to say, beloved? Well, it's really lovely being a part of this, and I'm definitely looking forward to many more. I do
Yes,
like
indeed.
the response from your from your audience, and being able to expand and even talk about other topics as well. Everyone seems like to have a really open mind. Very respectful. I do see that as well with the grown folks. That's what I'm talking about. So yes, much love to all of you guys. So that's all I have to say. Yep.
Gratitude.
Appreciate you so much, Apostle. Most definitely welcoming us into the space. We continue to expand and grow, and for all of us, may the divine source continue to work in us, through us, around us, to us, for us, and by us. And that is the source of peace, life, healing, divine direction, divine clarity, and being able to sharpen, iron sharpening iron. Ashe,
yes,
divinities, and the balance.
yes, Ashe. And please note that this platform is FUBU. It's for us and by us. It's not for me. It's for you, for me, and for us. And you have open invitation anytime. If there's something that you have in your spirit that you want to deliver to the family, you and the heiress, y'all are more than welcome to come on this platform. It's
Thank you.
and yes, also I want to get an opportunity to get you in the truth session. The truth session is on and popping too, and that's Saturday. It's a lot earlier, so it'll give you a little bit more wiggle room. You know what I mean? Because it comes on at 3 p.m. Central and 4 p.m. Eastern time. So that'll give you a little bit more. Yes, that'll give you a little bit more wiggle room to be able to do that. But no, this is for us.
Yes.
I ain't building for us. I'm not building for me. Okay. So I don't. Yeah, no, I don't have to have the mic. I got an ear to hear what's being said. Right. That's how you grow. You got to be able to hear what's being said. But yeah, there may be a number of questions, family, that may have went unanswered, but that's okay. Right? Because we got the gist of what it was that we wanted. The Empress and the Heiress, they fed us. They answered the questions that were placed before them in such an elaborate way that you can't do anything but understand it and understand it, to overstand it, to surround stand it. So yes, to surround stand. Yeah, they didn't tell y'all about that one, did they? No, they said just overstand. No, sir.
verse right there.
Surround stand. Remember, surround stand is the greatest one because what it does, it infiltrates your, it gets into your energy field.
Yes.
Yes, and right, and then it sends all the vibration all the way around you, the frequency all the way around you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Touching that aura.
You
Yes.
see, that is
Touching the aura.
yeah.
Oh,
That's
yes, I know.
why we're supposed to come together to share information with each other so we can do what? So we can expand and grow.
Most
Right?
definitely. Most definitely, beloved.
I have so enjoyed you all. Listen, you all have made my heart glad.
Oh,
And I'm so honored and privileged to have you all grace us here in Wind Down Wednesday, baby.
yes. Oh, wait, look.
With your host,
Ching, ching, ching.
okay, yeah, we got to get that in. Yeah,
Dance party and ching.
yeah, ching, ching.
Ching,
Yeah,
ching. Most definitely, beloved. Wind up.
Yes, wind down.
yes, indeed. So, you guys get some rest, and we'll chat tomorrow.
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
Good night. It was still early there. It's definitely next day.
Yeah. I think we're what? It's only 9:48 here.
Exactly. Right. Besito grande. We're in our next day. So I have my clients later. So
Yeah.
I'll get some rest.
Yeah.
Ciao for now, more.
Yes. Let me see. Which one is in order? Would it be Buena Dias or Buena Noches?
You're saying good night?
Buena Noches?
Yes.
Okay, because it's 3 in the morning.
Nighttime, so buenas noches.
Say buenas noches because it's
Okay.
still night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Buenas noches,
Buenas
señora,
noches.
señorita, muy bonita, hermano.
Me encanta. Amor.
Amor.
Besito grande.
Yes.
Ciao. Te quiero mucho.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Night night.